Well, good morning, everybody. This is Moss Jackson. Welcome to Mondays with Moss. I hope you had a good weekend. I did, I think. Oh my God, I got to tell you though, I'm a bit embarrassed. So today's talk is about becoming emotionally hijacked. I'm not sure if I talked about this as one of the 52 things you need to know or not. But I want to talk to you about today, getting emotionally hijacked or getting bitten by the beast, getting bitten by the beast. So first of all, I want to start with, we've been looking at for the last several months, 52 things you need to know. Each week taking one theme, one topic, one idea, one practice. I'll talk to you about it, give you maybe a case study, and then make a suggestion. Try it for the week, see if it works, as a way of kind of getting in the practice of being a conscious human being rather than just reactive, being thoughtful. So we got a whole number of them. I'm not going to review them right now, but I think what I'm going to talk about today, because I'm going to talk about at least 4 practices that I did this weekend, that really helped me a lot. First of all, really basic, all of us are just human beings. We're humans. Now, sometimes a client of mine might say to me when I'm upset about something, how can you be upset? You're my doctor, or you have a PhD, and I thought you had it all together. Well, I'm a human being, and if I'm a human being, I'm not immune to the stuff everyone else experiences, anxiety, anger, sadness. Truthfully, usually I can maintain a pretty good self-regulation or equilibrium, like remember Goldilocks, not too hot, not too cold, just right. So sometimes it's not, I don't get too angry, I don't get too fearful, but I can experience it, but it's manageable. So but I can get emotionally hijacked or bitten by the beast. So I want to tell you about what happened last week, tell you the incident, what I went through in my mind and my body, and then what I did to self-regulate and get myself back on track. So let me just tell you what happened. So last week, my wife and I went to see our accountant. I think it was on Friday morning. I like my accountant a lot. Really, he's a cool guy, Frank Morris. Helps us a lot. And we're going over the taxes, and I thought we'd be okay. I thought we had put enough money aside to prepay our taxes. But I found out that I totally erred. Judy did fine. My wife did fine. But I totally made an error, and I realized as part of our conversation, I made much more money, and I owed a fortune to me. So I got triggered. I got so triggered. I don't know if I stopped talking or not, but that whole day, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really relaxed, 10 being anxious, I probably was about a 9 or a 10. And I lost all my perspective. I ruminated. I said, oh my God, this is terrible. How could I have done this? I'm so stupid. Why did I save more? Why did I spend money on that other thing? I'm so irresponsible. Can you hear my mind working? Can you hear the alligator, the beast? The beast bit me. My mind took over. I don't even know how I got through the day. My daughter and grandson were down. I think I interacted. My friend Jeff came down. We interacted. But in the back of my mind, I was having this physical reaction. I felt tension in my stomach. Oh, I think my pulse rate must have gone from normal resting state of probably around 70 up to around a 92, 94. And for that day, I just, I'm fucked. Oh, God, I can't believe it. Oh, then I realized I probably owe more money for 2019. Oh, God, oh, God. So I had my emotional hijacked. The beast got me. But I realized sometime later in the day, I said, Moss, listen to your mind, but don't believe it. Because it's just the alligator mind, the reptilian mind, the survival mind telling you you're in trouble. Are you really in trouble? Is the alligator mind telling you you're stupid and you're screwed up? Or you're a screw up? Yeah, you're a screw up. Is that really true? And for both questions, it was no, I'm not really in trouble. And I'm not a screw up. I may have screwed up. I may have a problem, but I'm not really in trouble. So I was about an 8. And once I thought about listening to my mind but not believing it, I said, okay. I said to my mind, you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Come on, Henry. Henry is my alligator. Henry, you talking to me? What do you got to say? I listened to Henry. He was pretty nasty. You know, look, when are you ever going to learn? Just like your father, you screwed up again. You know, you deserve to be miserable. Anyway, I said, well, thanks, Henry, for sharing, but I got to take care of myself. You're not taking care of me. I don't want to be beaten up. Owing all this money is bad enough. So what I did was I realized in my body, besides in my mind having the thought I'm stupid, I felt vulnerable. And I looked at my body. My stomach was really tense. Felt like I had to go to the bathroom all the time. My heart was beating. And I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I said to myself, thinking brain, I've temporarily lost perspective. I can't even hear what you're saying. So I got to deal with the beast. I got to deal with the alligator first. So what I did was I did a number of practices. And this is what's important in terms of the 52 things you need to know. The next day when I woke up, I grounded myself. I did some really nice deep breathing. I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 6. I did that for about 30 times. And the important thing was when I was doing the deep breathing, I imagined breathing in really wonderful, nurturing air from the sea. And when I breathed out, I would go, ah. I could feel the vibration in my chest. And that I know that relaxes your body because it activates the longest cranial nerve in your body, the vagus nerve, and that's what triggers off the relaxation response. So that helped a lot. Then I did some imagery in terms of remembering when I felt safe and calm. Then when I got up, I looked around the room, because sometimes getting out of your head, you can do that by just looking around your room. Instead of looking in your head, look around the room. I said to myself, my room is pretty attractive. Then I went out to the deck and I said, look over the water. I looked over the water. I looked into Atlantic City. So, because we know that visually, long vision looking gets you out of your head too. So I grounded myself. I rubbed my feet on the deck. I rubbed my feet on the carpet. That was very, very helpful. I did my breathing. That's part of grounding too. Then I said, okay, I recognize that I've temporarily I've lost perspective. This is a problem. I'm not the problem. This is a problem. I'm not the problem. If it's a problem, it's solvable. I can be curious about it. I can move away from self-judgment and say, okay, I screwed up, made a mistake. Then I thought to myself, this is the important part about being emotionally hijacked. I said, what does this remind me of? And then I can remember past times in my life when I was a kid or a teenager. What happened to my family? What happened to for me, where I screwed up, I wasn't successful. Like I remember in 11th grade, I flunked high school algebra, second year. And I had to repeat it as a senior with the other high school juniors. And I felt really pretty embarrassed about it. I felt kind of like an outsider. No one ever said anything to me. No one ever said to me, you flunked algebra. No one ever said it to me. Nobody cared. But in my mind back then, I said, I'm stupid. I'm not good enough. So it brought me back to that. In fact, the hijack, the beast even brought me back to when I was a kid and I could see things going on between my mom and dad. So the emotional trigger threw me back to the way deep in the past. So I said, okay, so all I have to do now with this tax situation is be thoughtful, get grounded, get myself regulated, take responsibility, tell the truth, and get my data together. And then I realized, I could practice realistic optimism. So one of the skills I taught you recently was be realistically optimistic, which means this. Look at the problem as a problem to be handled. It's practical. Get out of your mind. Stop thinking about you or how you feel or what you think. Get grit. Get some grit and deal. So I did. I said, I'm going to be gritty here. I'm going to deal with this goddamn problem. I'm going to gather all my data. I'm going to go back to my accountant. I'm going to check in with the bank, look over my records again, even though I don't like it, even though I don't like to do math. Remember, I flunked high school algebra. And I'm going to meet with my accountant, tell him the truth, buck up to it. He may tease me a bit, I'm not sure. And then, but I'm going to maintain a long-range view that everything's going to be okay. All right, I'll deal with the shit right now, but everything's going to be okay. In other words, the problem is temporary. Long term, it's fine, okay? So I focused on my sensations in my body. I breathed into my tension, relaxed that part of my body. I practiced realistic optimism, got myself grounded, saw the long-term view. And as a result, because I did what's called bottom up, I went to my body first, relaxed my body. I could feel my pulse drop from a 90-something down to a 70 or 72. My anxiety dropped from an 8 down to about a 3. So right today, I'm probably about a 2 or 3, but I called the bank. I got into action. I'm getting my records. Going to go over all my records again, and I'll do what I have to do. If I have to borrow money for my life insurance, there's a way of doing it. I haven't shared all this with my wife yet, but I'm going to tell her how I feel. But I'm telling you as a way of getting out of my head, just saying, okay, this is just a situation. So anyway, that's what happened. So today's topic was, or is, getting emotionally hijacked or getting bitten by the beast. I got bitten by the beast. I let my mind warp my sense of safety and giving myself approval and feeling that I was not in control. Well, I am now in control because I'm taking action. I'm feeling better about myself. I'm giving myself approval. I'm past my shame because I'm sharing this with you. I am not in my head. So I hope you continue to join with me on Mondays with Moss, 52 Things You Need to Know. It's really about having a life you love, a life where you can keep your feet on the ground and rebound quickly from these upsets where we do get emotionally hijacked, or the alligator bites us, and to become more conscious about living the life you deserve. Because I think you deserve to be happy and accomplished and successful. If I say that to you because you're human, I'm human too. I deserve it. Well, have a good day. Watch out for the alligator. If you see it, don't believe it. It's just in your mind anyway. And have a great week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.